Yes, definitely. So I'm Gemma from Little Learners Durham and Darlington and Little Learners Play Space. And what's your name?
Telephone.
Can you say that again? You say that properly.
Telephone.
Brilliant. And this is my daughter Temperance. And Ira, my little boy, is off playing. You can see we're out in the garden here. And we also have our absolutely feral giant rabbit running around in the background. So you might see her shortly too. So we're going to today have a look at doing some scissor skills, which I've had a lot of emails about, because I know a lot of you would like your kids to be able to use scissors safely, but aren't quite sure how to do it at home. So we're going to give you some hints and tips there. We're also going to help you to make mazes using masking tape or chalk or cardboard or whatever you happen to have around. Yeah?
Some scissors.
Fabulous. Right. So, scissor skills, really, really important fine and gross motor skills practice.
Helen,
Can you let me talk for a little minute? Yeah, and then we'll show the boys and girls how brilliant you are with your scissors. Is that okay? Fabulous. It's okay. Right. So, obviously a really good fine and gross motor skill activity. It's really, really important when they are learning how to. Just a second. Really important for strengthening those hand muscles and those finger muscles ready to hold a pen, and just being able to use a pair of scissors safely is a really, really useful life skill as well. So that's why we're doing it. Right, I was hoping that Ira would come and join us for this bit, because we're going to go through the various stages of showing your little one how to use scissors. So what do we do first, Tempe? What do you need to learn how to do first? No, what's this one say?
Rip.
Rip. Brilliant. So the first really essential skill that you should get your child... Rip, I know. That you should get your child doing...
Always in the rip.
Fabulous.
With my mummy.
So what you should get your child to be able to do, really, before you first give them a pair of scissors, which is a daunting prospect, isn't it, is to be able to rip. I'll just turn it around this way. Can you see it that way? Rip. Brilliant. So we need to get our child to be able to rip. So if I was teaching this to a child that is Temperance's age, 3 or 4, I'd probably snip up a little bit of paper like this and just get them to tear it. So do you want to have a go at tearing that, Temperance?
Yeah.
Show the boys and girls how to do it. Yeah? Cool. If you wave it in the air so they can see it. Fabulous. And can you do some tearing so that the boys and girls can see? Okay. And I'll talk you through what we're up to. So you can see Temperance is really using her pincer grip in order to learn how to rip there, which is really important when learning to hold a pen, which is why we start this way. And it also practices that together motion for using a pair of scissors. You probably, for a younger child, wouldn't want them ripping paper, or it might be quite tricky for them to rip paper because their hands aren't strong enough yet. So shall we show them this activity?
Yeah.
Fabulous. So this is one of my kids' favourite things to do. So what we want to do here is get them to rip something that's a little bit easier to tear apart. Now this is just microfiber fluff, and it's from the inside of a pillow. So if you've got an old pillow at home, tear it apart and get your kids to be ripping it. Obviously goose feather won't work as well, so make sure it's a microfiber pillow, just one of the old knackered ones. Right, so should we give this a really good rip? I was hoping Ira would join us for this, but he's in the mud kitchen for outside. So we give it a really good rip. And this is a really nice activity which just exercises those hand muscles. Yeah, brilliant. And it's a little bit easier to rip than paper. Right, so that's ripping done. What's the next step, Tempe? Okay, can you tell me what this says though? What's our next step? What are you going to do here?
I don't know.
What does it begin with? Brilliant. So we're going to snip next. So this is the way that I teach 3 or 4-year-olds how to do this. So a little strip of paper, and what you do. Brilliant. Can you show me your snipping? Okay, so you hold it out for them, and then you just get them to literally snip along the lines. I've just literally made up this morning. You might need to hold it for them when they first learn to hold a pair of scissors. So snip along the line. Brilliant. And one more for me, Tempe. Can you do that? Fabulous. Well done. You'll notice when your child first holds a pair of scissors, and Tempe used to do this, they'll hold it like that, which is why you need to hold the piece of paper for them so they can learn how to snip it.
And a finger.
Yep, with a thumb and a finger. Brilliant. Right, moving on. I'll just rattle through these really quickly and just get Tempe to do a couple to show you. So the next thing we do is something called a fringe. So you literally get them to snip up the line. Can you just snip up one line for me? And do you think you could hold it while you do that? So at this stage, you get them to hold the paper. Can you hold it with the other hand? Brilliant. So you can see Tempe is holding it with a hand, and she's going to snip to the top of the line. Excellent, well done.
Also, if you want some scissors, take them.
Okay, good. Right, so we've done our snip. The next tricky one, and it's tricky because they have to hold the paper and snip, is cut. So you get them to cut all the way up to the top. And once they've figured out how to do that, so did you want to do that for me, darling? And then you can get into really complicated lines. So you get off the paper. That's and fabulous. Oh, that's really good, Tempe. Well done. This is more for kind of 5-6 year olds, and then eventually you'll get them cutting out. Really cool. So that's much later. Camera, but I was wrecking havoc in his little kitchen with a spade at the moment. Brilliant. Right, so now that we've learned how to use our pair of scissors, what we're going to do is we're going to make some. You haven't finished. Well, I'll just move on quickly, Tempe. Is we're going to have a look and just angling you down a bit at making a maze on our decking. That's why we're outside today, because you'll need a big flat surface in order to make your maze. So what we're going to use today is some masking tape. I just got this from Wilko's yesterday, which is still open, so you can still get masking tape. And we're going to practice our snipping skills to make our maze. If you are inside, this will work on a carpet, so you don't have to be outside. It will work on cardboard. Another way you can also do it is with chalk on either a chalk to help you make the maze. Okay, so you can also do this on with a chalk pen. Fabulous. Can you cut that out for me? Chalk pen or chalks on a cardboard box would work really, really nicely as well. So, I don't know if you can see, I hope you can, but on the decking we have just marked out a big square with our masking tape. So, what we need to do next is we need to make the maze inside the square, and then we're going to have a go at playing with our maze. So, darling, could you help me snip some colour tape, please, before you do your shapes? No, that's fine. Okay, so this is a really good activity for you to get your little ones to have a go at, but to practice those scissor skills that we've just learnt. So if you hold your tape like that and get them to literally snip at the bottom, and that just practices that early snipping technique. And then what we do is we literally, brilliant, well done, stick it down onto your hard surface. Darling, I'm making this maze for our cars. Do you want to help me? No, that's fine. Okay, so what we need to do is to make lots of wiggly patterns. Just get your child to snip lots of little lengths of tape off and then stick it down onto whichever surface you happen to be using. Indoors is absolutely fine. It will work on carpet, like I said. What I usually do is start with a bit of a zigzag across the decking. And again, Temple doesn't really want to do this right now, but I'd recommend waiting until kids are more wanting to use some scissors and then get them to snip the masking tape. Just gives you a little bit of a break, doesn't it? So lots and lots. I know, you've made a triangle there, haven't you? Is this a good road for our cars? Yeah, you're going to give me a hand in a second?
Yeah.
Right, so lots of these, and then what I'll do is I'll lift you up so you can hopefully see the decking. You done it? Can you do some snipping on the masking tape for me now, do you think? Tempe? No? Okay. You're going to finish your square? Then you can show me how to do your snipping on the decking. Good. Excellent. Great. So, do you want to snip this now? If I hold it, you got your scissors?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay. Right, can you stick that down for me? Can you see I've made a pattern? Yeah, do you want to hold it with both hands? Brilliant. And then you stick that down. We're going to make a road for our cars, aren't we? Oh, is that nicely stuck down? Brilliant. Okay, we're going to do some more.
Yeah.
More masking tape. Right, I'll hold it for you.
I want to hold it.
Okay, who's going to snip then?
Yeah.
I'll snip. Brilliant. Fabulous. Where's that going? Oh, that's nice. So you can get them to do this for hours on end, and I have actually done this for many, many hours in the afternoon with my two. So you just get them to make as creative a maze as they want to with the masking tape. It takes a bit longer with the masking tape. With chalk, obviously, it's a shorter activity. So if you're really wanting to kill a couple of hours in the afternoon, then this is a really nice way to do it. You want to come down, Iris? Yeah. Do you want to play with the fluff? Yeah. You want the scissors? Yes, no problem, my darling. Right, do you want to finish off your maze in just a second and we'll get those cars out? Thank you, darling. Do you want to play with this?
Yeah.
There you go. You play. There you go. What's that? Oh, I know. What's this? Andy's off. I think I've got to get the cars so we can play. Brilliant. You finished your maze. Can I show the boys and girls now? So you can see.
Scissors. Red scissors.
Red scissors. Where are they?
There.
There. Brilliant. Are you going to snip or am I going to snip?
I'm going to snip.
Okay, should I hold the sellotape for you then? Brilliant. Down we go. Oh, this is a really good maze, isn't it? Do you want to make a car park over there?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, you're going to stick that down? Brilliant. Right, another one. You're going to snip it? Fabulous. Right, where's that going?
Here.
Is it going here? Brilliant, well done. Okay, are we ready for our cars yet?
Not yet.
Not yet, okay. How many more pieces are we going to do, darling?
I know.
What are you going to do?
One there.
Okay.
And one there.
Okay, so you need a small one for this bit. How much tape do you need? This bit. Okay, you snip it then. Fabulous, well done. Is that going on the decking?
So here.
Here, okay. I see what you're doing.
I just make my maze. I love my maze.
I love your maze too. Lovely.
Mom, I'm just going to do this.
Want some help? How about I do one up here?
I have to snip there.
Want to snip where, darling?
Snip.
Want to snip there?
I know.
You got it?
I know.
Yeah.
Can you help me do this?
Should we just snip it there and then snip it on the other side and that gets rid of it? Yeah? You're going to stick it down? Well, that's a nice square, isn't it? Should I do a diagonal one?
I want to do it. I like the one.
Good idea.
I want to do it.
Okay, you do it. Where are we going next? Right, well, Tempy finishes that end. What I'm going to do is I'll grab Ira, bring him over here, and we'll have a look at what we can do to play with our maze. Ira! I don't know whether he's going to play ball. Hey, darling, can you move out over there so the girls can see your lovely maze? Can you go over here?
Oh, I don't know where the
Okay, I'll be with you in just a second. You found it? Fabulous, well done. Let me move you out of the sun so you can see. Right, so I have just probably to my peril, given Ira a paint stick. So one thing you can do, particularly if you're outside and you've done this in chalk, is you can get your child to follow the maze with a paint stick, piece of chalk, pen, whatever you have to have to hand. So what colour have you got, Ira? Have you got a lovely green one? Yeah, green one. So what Ira's going to do now is he's going to have a go at drawing along our maze. Yeah.
We're going
Not in your mouth, darling. Right, should we do... We're doing this outside now because I'm planning on painting the decking before the good weather goes, so this is fine. So just get you guys to paint all over the decking. Oh, brilliant. So this is really good for their pen control and for obviously helping develop those hands again, looking to follow the maze.
do it too.
With either a paint stick or a pen. I think Ira's going to grab a paint stick as well. Fabulous. You're going to draw all over the decking. Brilliant. So it just improves those, not in your mouth, improves those problem solving skills, improves their hand-eye coordination and their fine and gross motor skills as well. What else we can do if you don't want to get paint all over your decking, which is entirely fine, I completely understand. Now, I have no idea what is in this box. I asked Temperance to go upstairs and find me some cars. So she's given me a boat. And a few cars as well. So what you can get them to do... Found a red! Yeah, do you want to do some paint sticks down here? Brilliant. Do you want to follow the maze round? Practice your lovely straight lines? Brilliant. Well done, you. Brilliant. What you can also get them to do, like I was saying, if you don't really want them to get painted over your decking, is get them to follow it with a car. What you can also do, I've not done it just now, is you can stick a pen, mark a pen onto the back of a car and get them to draw with pen stuck to the back of the car. Brilliant. Right, well, I hope you're going to have lots and lots of fun outside in the sunshine making your mazes, or inside on the carpet making your mazes. Maybe don't use paint sticks on your carpet. I'm not sure they come out. So we'll see you again soon. Give us a like, give us a follow on our page, and have a lovely day. I'll see you soon, guys. Bye.